Hello all you amazing people, and remember you're always amazing because we're at 691 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. And in today's video, I am going to we're gonna test out that C0 Dori. Let's get into it. Okay, so this first Dori team is purely to show how well it works, not necessarily how damaging it is, because well, you're level 70 and you're level 20, and then also she's still level 70. So in terms of damage, I don't expect this team to do good at all, but I am purely here to show how well it works. Now, I did kind of splurge on this team, I will say. I kind of put literally all of my energy recharge artifacts on here. However, it's not too bad, because if you're running this, and you can actually just see here, I don't even have like this energy recharge goblet up at all. Like, you will have to farm and get a pretty decent energy recharge, but I doubt it needs to be as high as 190 for these Dendro characters. Because when you see how much energy these two regenerate for each other, it's a lot. Okay, so keep in mind that these characters do not have basically any build for them, so I wouldn't look at their damage, but I just want to see how well this team functions, and then we'll get into a team that actually does damage. So, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I think the way that I'm gonna do this, I don't know where I should be doing stuff. So then we walk through all this, and then we look, and we're doing like 7,000 damage there, and then if we just walk there, and that's another 7,000 damage, but we don't get it. Alright, let's do that. Hyper Bloom. Basically, Hyper Bloom is the entire team here. And then let's gain our energy back. Definitely could be using better weapons like the Favonia set for these two characters, but yeah, let's just get into that. Alright, well, Folai died. So this is basically where you're gonna see most. And then let's do Hyper Bloom, and then you can see all of that damage there. Pretty crazy. So yeah, 7,000 damage for that reaction. I think that's pretty good, considering they're not that high level. And then also, their EM isn't really built upon. The only person's EM that is actually built upon is Dori's, which she has a sort of weird kit where it's like, alright, well, we have all of this. We have 2-piece tenacity, 2-piece Millith, which isn't the best, but you know, it's what we have. So then we have just double elemental mastery here. So that's where I'm going. Now I just want to show a team build that has basically been propagating basically ever since Dori's arrival. And it's this Eula team, if it ever loads. God, man. This Eula team. This is what I've been seeing a lot. So let's get into it. I've used it before. I think it's pretty decent. So basically the team build here is, well, if C6 Rosaria is your forte and you have her, then you're going to want to run Rosaria no matter what. But honestly, you could also run Diona here, because Diona is able to regenerate particles. If you have Sac Bow or Favonius Bow, that is even greater. However, I'm running Rosaria just because I feel like that's what most people are going to run. And also, Rosaria does provide this huge benefit of 15% crit rate as long as you're actually able to get to 100% crit rate. So I'm just using this for practicality and what you would be using for a high level character, right? Rosaria also getting stabbed right in the face. Here's how I think this is supposed to go down. I'm not exactly the most sure. I probably should have used Raidens. Alright, we didn't get... No, we got it to proc. Yeah, great. The wrong thing. Alright, great. Here we go. Alright, so basically, the way this is working right now here is that Eula is going to be gaining a decent amount of energy. It's not a huge amount at all by any means. And then also, this girl. Alright, then let's do this and this. So this is basically what this team is used for. You're just going to try and run Raiden. Resistance to interruption. Really would like a little bit more healing. Maybe I should reduce my well, this build for Dori is pretty bad. I will admit, my Dori build here pretty bad, considering it's just purely EM. Not a good thing. Let's do this, and there we go. Once again, yeah. See, it's just working out perfectly almost. I think this team works out great as long as you're able to, you know, have better reaction time. This is one of my only times I've actually used this team, and I think definitely this could return, because all you do is this, and then you pop right in. No, I meant to. And then you do this. Yeah. So definitely, I would actually prefer. In this certain team, like this specific team, I would recommend going for a more healer-based build, because I would recommend going for a more healer-based build rather than my 2-piece EM, but I just don't have the pieces, right? I don't have the pieces to put on Dori, right? I'm sorry, but I don't have the pieces. So I would, if I could, but I don't. But from what I could tell, yeah, you want a little bit more healing than just what I had. So, yeah, and she's not doing a negligible amount of healing. She is doing a pretty decent amount. Like, I mean, I think it's 3,800-ish. Not my 2,000 number that I came up with before when I had her like at level 60 or something. She's doing a decent amount, but it's not a lot. So you definitely want to, when you go to this team, definitely build her for more healing, because it's not like she's going to be doing damage from reactions. So yeah, that's basically the only reason she's here for. I would recommend going for, you know, 200% energy recharge. I think that's where you should go for. And then using Sack Sword gives her a whole bunch of energy even more so. And then this has even more energy to tap into. So yeah, using maybe like 2-piece Clam, 2-piece Tenacity definitely could be good, because 4-piece Tenacity really does not benefit you all that much. Also, you can do Noblesse. I've gone over this in a Dori build, but just in case you don't know how to build Dori and this is what you're looking at. So I'm going to remove Dori from this team. I'm going to add Kujasara, and we're going to see how well this team fares. Okay, so here we are once again with basically the same setup, just with Kujasara, because I feel like Kujasara, she doesn't need her burst up, right? She doesn't need her burst up. She can press E and she can, you know, regenerate energy. So let's do this time. So there we go. And then we do this, and this. So this is just for, you know, energy comparison. We're not really looking at the damage, because obviously Kujasara is actually buffing the damage, whereas, you know, Dori was not. So there we are. That's with that. All right. So then we do this, we do this, we do this. And then we are looking at more damage with Raiden, which I definitely do like. I definitely do like having more damage to my Raiden. It is very nice to do. But then here we are with basically none of our energy up. Well, it's not too much. It's not too not our energy. Like, that was close. I definitely think that team can serve. However, I do like the Dori team quite a bit. I feel like that's interchangeable, depending on your energy recharge with other characters, right? Rosaria, obviously, she's not going to have her burst up, which I believe for Constellations, Rites of Termination, let's see. Yep, that's her burst. So you're going to want her burst up more, whereas this team may indulge in some sort of lacking in her energy, because I do believe my Rosaria, she doesn't have too much energy recharge, but you also just want to prioritize absolute massive crit rate on her. So I don't know exactly what she would look like. So honestly, I was pretty surprised on that team. I was pretty surprised on the energy. I think it's because we had the stacks from... I think it's because we had the stacks. And yeah, I think that works out pretty well. So yeah, that's just basically how I feel about Dori. Also, there is another team that I can't really test, which is Yamiko Aggravate. Aggregate. That team. Basically, she's useful for that, but Hyper Bloom is very useful on her because she's able to get all the bursts up. I wish that she was, honestly, I wish that she just regened energy for the entire party. I don't think it would have made her too busted, but I think it would have made her a lot more useful. So that is the only thing that I would have changed about it. So the question of the day is, should I triple crown my Kokomi for the memes? And surprisingly, frighteningly, you guys said yes. Guys, I'll cut you guys a deal. I'll cut you guys a deal. I will 999 my Kokomi, okay? There we go. Everybody's happy. I don't have to waste my crowns. Everybody's happy. I will 999 my Kokomi. Now that you guys have spoken, the council has spoken, I will 999 my Kokomi. But that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.